It is 1916 on Wednesday, April the 29th, and we are back, I believe, for episode 23. Is that true? I still don't know my numbers. And tonight we are just going back to the Tubeti, so that's pretty exciting. Not really, I mean a little bit, but this is the Tubeti. However, you may notice that there's no chicken in the sauce. I decided not to do the chicken in the sauce because ever since I started eating like the Indian food and then also the chicken chunks and the fries, I'm really not into the whole food preparation ordeal. So I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Let's just not have the chicken in the sauce. I'll just have the pasta with the sauce. And for music, that is Permanent Psychosis from, I think that's from January. Yeah, January 2024. All the way back in January 2024. Yeah, so for 2024, my goal was to record one of these songs a month. One of these 30-minute long, brutal free jazz songs a month. And I did January, February, and March. And then I couldn't play drums anymore or guitar from April until now because of my rheumatoid arthritis. So what am I trying to, I was going to say something. I forget what I was going to say. Yeah, so here's a close-up of the meal. Did I do a close-up? I must have done a close-up, right? Looks very nice. Oh, one thing I was going to say. First, I'm going to have a bite, though. Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm absolutely all about the Tubeti. The Tubeti is just amazing. I'm so enjoying the Tubeti. However, I don't think I'm going to be eating Tubeti tomorrow. I think I'm going to be going back to the orecchiette. And the reason for that is because the Tubeti is kind of high maintenance. It's kind of a high maintenance type of pasta in the sense that I have to stir it literally like once a minute to make sure, otherwise it starts to stick to the bottom of the pot. And you know, my arm has been killing me for the last week or so. Well, actually, it's been longer than that, but I'll talk about that in a future episode. And so that's another reason why I don't want to do this food preparation stuff. I just want to make it easy. And so I'm going to go back to the orecchiette tomorrow because that one does not stick to the pot for whatever reason. I don't know why. However, this one tastes just so good. It's the perfect size. I love the shape of it too. It's little tubes. Oh yeah, so we're just gonna power through this. Yeah, so basically these next two videos, so tonight's video episode and tomorrow's episode, it's just gonna be like filler episodes until I go back into town on Friday. So I can make my pizza video on location, and then I'll make my following Indian food and Tim Hortons videos after that. So, but right now I have to wait one more day. Tomorrow I've got to get through tomorrow, and then Friday's the day after tomorrow. So then I can get all excited. I'm so excited though to go back into town. I am just absolutely raring to go. However, with that being said, I said tonight was going to be a filler episode, but we have a new dessert tonight, never before seen. So actually, it's a brownie. I guess we've already done a brownie, but this is a different brownie. So Oh my God. I love this so much. I'm super hungry too. I like being super hungry for these episodes because then I can really enjoy eating. I can't get comfortable though. I don't know what the deal is. Oh, I think I just got comfortable somehow. I moved my chair. By the way, there's a hockey game on right now. It is Montreal against Tampa Bay. It just went to a commercial, so I don't know what the series is at. However, the game itself, it's in the first period. Montreal's winning 1-0. And I believe the game is in Tampa. I'm cheering for Montreal. Not just because I'm Canadian, but I do like Montreal as a team. Oh yeah. Oh man, this is just so good. Tastes even better with the chicken and the sauce, but what can you do? I know you can buy like pre-cooked chicken chunks. I'm assuming that those would taste amazing in the sauce, but that's an even bigger ripoff than getting like the chicken chunks, the frozen chicken chunks at the grocery store. So I don't think I'm that desperate. Oh. Yeah, I'm also psyched for getting more chicken chunks on Friday too, so that'll be really nice. There's a chance for rain on Friday. It's only like a 40% chance, and the amounts are very, very small. So I've been keeping my eyes on the forecast. Still going to be 8 degrees, so chilly. Not sure what I'm going to wear. I'll be warm enough, but I don't know what I'm going to wear. Whether I'm going to wear my winter jacket or my hoodie. I wore my hoodie. When did I wear my hoodie? I wore my hoodie this afternoon on my walk. This morning I wore my winter jacket. However, it was a couple degrees warmer today than it's supposed to be on Friday. And I changed up my Indian food order. So I mentioned that I was going to get 5 samosas. And when I get the samosas, I cut them up and I just sort of sprinkle them on top of the other Indian food that I get. However, I decided I'm not going to get any samosas because I got 3 dishes this time. And I got naan with each of them. So I'm going to be cutting up naan and sticking them on the top anyway. A bunch of naan. And then I also got a thing of vegetable fried rice. So there's going to be a bunch of rice and there's going to be a bunch of naan. And if I have samosas on top of that, it's probably going to be too much food. Too much. I mean, there's not really, I don't think there can be too much, but still. Oh man. Absolutely famished. Yeah, so I said that the reason I switched to the Tubetti was because they ran out of orecchiette at the grocery store. But I still have 1 full package, and I have about half or 2/3 of, or probably half of an open package. So I definitely have enough for tomorrow. And then tomorrow should be it for pasta for a little while. And then hopefully my usual grocery store stocks back up on the orecchiette. But I think the time before, they didn't have any either. So I don't know what the deal is. Tastes so good. I think the last time I had pasta was when I had the ice cream and berries, and fresh berries, I think. That was really good. It was fresh berries. A few days ago, I tried at lunch. I did this off camera. I tried sticking like a scoop of ice cream in with my cut up apple that I always have at lunch. And honestly, I didn't really like it that much. It just kept reminding me of yogurt. And I don't know, it's just like the apples are crunchy. So I didn't feel like it, I didn't like the texture, you know? Whereas with the berries, I guess the berries are softer, but yeah, I tried it once and then I didn't try it again because I still have a bunch of ice cream that I never finished in the freezer there. So I tried it once and then that was it. All right, there you have it. My meal is over, is done, finished. All right, so I gotta go grab the brownie and some milk, of course. Wow, Montreal has a 3 minute power play going. I wonder what happened. Could have been a double minor. So the Tampa player could have got two 2-minute penalties. Normally a penalty is 2 minutes for a minor penalty. Major penalty is 5 minutes, but a double minor penalty is 4 minutes. So you could, Montreal guy could have been high sticked and it could have drawn blood. That's one of the reasons for a double minor. Anyway, I'm sure this is very interesting. Me talking about hockey. I'm just gonna rinse out my bowl. So I don't know how how much I'm looking forward to eating this brownie. I haven't really been looking forward to it in the usual sense. I don't know why though, because I love brownies. It's chocolate. I've been looking at it constantly. Those cookies I had from Longo's were amazing, so I'm sure this is going to taste good. Anyway, I'm still quite hungry. I didn't make as much pasta as I normally do because I have a big brownie to eat. Okay, so I'm going to use my big plate. The brownie's right here. So, but I also need some milk. I'm not sure how much milk to pour. I guess I just pour a full glass, right? That's what I normally do these days. The question is, do I need a knife? I guess I'll just bring out a knife and a fork. Of course I need a knife. I need to cut the brownie in half. You moron. You idiot. Okay, so I guess we'll just do this. One trip Chris, that's what they call me. All right, there's the milk. And here's the brownie. Okay. So here is the brownie in question. So it's Longo's. It says Killer Brownie. Now the brownie we had before, several episodes ago, was also it was from the Killer Brownie company. So I don't know if these guys are in cahoots or not. I'm assuming they are because I think the logo looked the same. Where it says Killer Brownie, I think my previous brownie also had the same logo. Now, the previous brownie I had was a triple chocolate brownie, and it also had caramel. And it looked quite different than this. So, I'm not really sure what to expect with this. However, let's get right into it. Just have to figure out how to open it. Come on. Oh. This doesn't want to open. Let's just use the knife. Come on. Come on. There. Actually, I think I have to open this part so that I'll be able to sort of take the two. There's a top and a bottom here. There. Oh wow, I just got a whiff of it. Oh my God. It smells very good. It smells very chocolatey, obviously. Okay, so I'm gonna have to take the whole thing out. Come on, man. Stop being an idiot. I'm talking to the brownie, by the way. So I'll put it on my plate, cut it in half, and then I'll put the other half in here. There we go. There we go. So it's very dense. Oh yeah. You can always tell just by smelling something if it's going to be good or not, right? That's probably why I stick my face into food and smell it. So apparently it's cut into 16 pieces. And so one serving size is supposed to be one of those 16 pieces. But I'm going to be eating 8 of them, of course, naturally. So let's just cut it up. It's very, very moist. Very moist brownie. All right. I have to try and transfer it back onto the container. They're dropping it. Okay, looks like I did it. Good. Perfect. Which one's bigger? I don't know. Does it matter? I guess not. Well, it sort of does, because I wanted to try and go easy on myself tomorrow because I have to go into town on Friday, so I don't want to be going hard the night before, but I don't think there's any way around it. Maybe I'll grab like another bite if I'm feeling like it. Tonight, I should say. So there you have it. You can see how moist it is. It's very dense, very moist. So apparently, oh, I forgot to talk about, like it has a little blurb on the front here. It says, brownie is a chocolate brownie made with premium rich milk chocolate chips that's soft and moist with a thin crackle top. So I did notice the crackle top. It's got like a thin crackle top. All right, so should we cut them into half again? Or I'll cut it into quarters. All right. I'm not gonna, I wanted to do a close-up, but it's just gonna fall. All right, so I think I'm just gonna use my fork. All right, so let's get to it. Brownie. Oh my God. Very decadent. It just sort of melts in your mouth. So on the bottom there are some chocolate chips, milk chocolate chips. Yeah, you can see how moist it is. It's just like almost fudgy. Oh my God. Yeah, this is very good. It definitely tastes different than that other brownie I had. Oh, the last brownie I did nuke it in the microwave. I don't think I have to nuke this one though, because this one is extremely moist and soft as is. So I don't think I'm not gonna nuke it. It's very good. I used to make brownies occasionally. I don't think I ever made them from scratch though. I always used like one of those boxes. I don't remember when that was though. I remember doing it, I think when I was living here, which would have been sometime over the last 15 years, 16 years, I guess. I think it was pretty early on. I think I still have the brownie pan in the kitchen over there. Haven't used it in many years, but I still have it. Oh man. It was very good though. All right, so we have a quarter done. I miss the cake. I miss having cake every day. I think I'm addicted to eating cake. Oh my God. This makes up for it though. Oh wow. It's just like, it just melts in your mouth. Oh my God. Yeah, this is really, really good. I think I like this cake or this brownie better than the other one. The other brownie also had caramel and it had chocolate chips, a bunch of chocolate chips. It was very good, but it was very unhealthy. So you didn't, so you didn't get as much food for its amount of unhealthiness. You know what I'm saying? This brownie, I get more brownie for the same amount of unhealthiness. And I think I like this one. Yeah, I definitely like this one better. The other brownie was good though, don't get me wrong. It was very good. Oh my God. Wow. Oh my God. Yeah, taking a chunk from like the middle of the brownie, it just gives you that classic brownie taste. So when you think of a brownie, that's what you think of, at least for me. And I remember those box brownies were like the brownie mix. They're pretty good too. There was a specific brand that I would get. I forget what kind it was, but it was my favorite. Yeah, this was very early on. Between 10 and 15 years ago. Wow. I'm almost done already. That, the amount of cake I ate over the last 2 days, that one cake that I ate half of it yesterday, the other half the day before. That was just obscene, the amount of food I was eating there. But I did it, I was able to eat it. It was very good. Wow, this is so good. Trying to remember how much it cost. It was probably $7.99 or $8.99. I can't remember, but I'm just wondering if I would get it again. All right, so we got one chunk left, 1/4 left. I guess it gets eaten pretty quick. This video is going to be much shorter than the previous videos I've been making. Oh my God. This brownie also has a really good best before date on it. It's May 4th. So I bought this on Saturday, which I believe was the 25th. So that's quite a ways into the future. So there's another plus, I guess. At least occasionally I would get those 2-bite brownies as well. They're those sort of circular things. They're small, circular. Eat them in 2 bites. Those were really good too. I was actually thinking, just before this video, I was thinking about maybe getting some of those when I'm in town. I'll get a bag of those, like a big bag of those. All right, 1 bite left, that's it. Oh my God. That was amazing. That brownie was so good. I guess I didn't do another close-up, sorry. I was too busy eating the brownie. I was wondering, because I don't want to have any more. I don't know, like I probably could eat the whole thing. But that's dangerous. Because just, okay, let me see here. So there are 13 grams of sugar per 1/16. So let's just say 25 per 1/8. And I'm having 4/8, which would be 100, which is normally my threshold. So just going by that alone, I shouldn't eat any more anyway, right? Yeah. Because I don't feel super full right now, which is a good sign, I guess. It's a good sign in the sense that I don't want to go too hard tomorrow night, because I got to go into town on Friday. That's what I'm talking about here. I'm trying to make it easy on myself, as easy as possible. Normally, I would have an off day. So because that's what I did last time when I went into town. I had an off day. But tomorrow I'm not going to be able to have an off day because I have to finish this, the brownie, the other half of the brownie. Because then I have Tim Hortons and a cake, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I felt like I was going to say something else, but I don't know. Anyway, that brownie was amazing, incredible. Good job, Killer Brownie / Longos. Whoever made it, I don't know. I would definitely get that again. Next time I'm at the grocery store, not on Friday, but my usual grocery store, Longos, I'm going to take a peek at the brownie, and I'm going to see if there's another one that has a really good best before date. And then I'll get that. And then I'll also get 2 cakes. So got a lot of stuff planned. A lot of unhealthy, bad stuff planned. Oh, God. That was so good. And I was going to say something else. Yeah, so... Oh, there's a little chunk of chocolate on my knife. I should have had that before I had the milk. So before I go, I just want to say I keep changing my mind about what kind of pizza I'm going to get when I'm in town on Friday. I showed you the piece of paper I wrote down yesterday about my list, my food list. And on the list it said a Canadian pizza, small Canadian pizza, which is bacon, mushrooms, and pepperoni. And then I had mentioned that one thing I was also looking at was the deluxe pizza. So a small deluxe pizza, which has the same toppings, but it also has tomato slices, onions, and green peppers. Normally I would get the deluxe because I do like the more veggies. However, I'm just worried there might be too much food for lunch because I still have supper to eat and dessert. So I keep sort of going back and forth on what kind of pizza I'm going to get. But I think in the end, I'm probably just going to get the Canadian, unfortunately, because it has less toppings. But I really want to get the deluxe. That's the one I want to get, but I just think there's too much food there for lunch. So who knows, maybe I'll change my mind when I'm out there, I don't know. You'll find out in 2 episodes. So tomorrow's episode is going to be the same as tonight, except I'm going to have orecchiette instead of tubetti. Unfortunately, I mean, I love the tubetti. Tubetti's my new favorite, but there's too much stirring. It's too high maintenance. So I'm going with the good old low maintenance orecchiette. So slam dunk with the brownie. It literally surprised me on how good it was. I don't know why I didn't think it would. Well, I mean, obviously I thought it'd be good, but I don't know. I should have been better prepared for how good it was. So good job. Looking forward to eating the rest of it tomorrow. And then looking even more towards going into town on Friday. I absolutely can't wait. That's like the highlight of that's all I think about now. Going into town to get some food. So 2 more sleeps tonight and then on tomorrow. on tomorrow. And I also have to be very cognizant, very aware of what flavors of cookies and muffins and donuts and Timbits each of these Tim Hortons has. I don't know if it's have or has. Because they have different ones. So I went on the website, and you choose which store you want. You can see their menu, and they're different. So I have to be very aware. I have to pay attention. So I'm just trying to, psych myself up, make sure it's in my mind that I have to be aware, and just sort of visualizing what I'm going to do, all to get some baked goods. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow. Get psyched.